Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
Introducing the Smart Kicker from iConnect, the most affordable smartphone on the market. With a follow-focus capable 2-megapixel camera, you can't miss out on any of the action. Over 400 hours of standby battery time and 32 gig external memory. That's more than enough space for all your series, music, pics, apps and games. Get yours today from iConnect for a limited offer of only 499 kwacha, including 300 MB iSpot internet from iConnect. The Smart Kicker, available at iConnect. iConnect, make it happen.
Want to just get out of town with your friends and family? Are you having a corporate getaway and have no adequate transport? Then this here is what you need to listen to. A brand new 35-seater Yutong luxury bus is now up for hire at an affordable and negotiable rate. It comes fully equipped with aircon, TV for your relaxation, music soothing your trip, and DVD players to give you variety. Book now by calling 0955 0966 or 977 844 141.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Air Jungle.
Headlines. Father Frank Walia dissolves ABZ to join the Patriotic Front. UPND expresses hope of winning the Chawama seat. PF dispels online media reports that Willie Sanda has died. And in international stories, 9 suspects arrested for links to attack in Tunisia. These and many more stories. Do join me after this short break. For the news in detail, my name is Gwen Mwila. Opposition Alliance for a Better Zambia President Father Frank Bwalya has announced the dissolution of his party and merged it with the PF. Father Bwalya says his party and the PF are now one, saying his members are now part of PF. The father made the announcement at a media briefing at Ndeke Hotel on Thursday morning. Meanwhile, Father Bwalya has dismissed allegations that his defection to the PF is based on a job promise by President Edgar Lungu. Father Bwalya adds that his decision is based on his resolution to work with the party in government, as he has been working from the time to time with PF. He adds that it is unfortunate that some opposition parties have decided to unite to promote tribalism and not to promote unity in the country.
So we have decided to work with PF, and one way to do that, which was feasible, was to dissolve our party and join PF. So we are now members of PF. Yes. I've not been given any job. If I'll be given something, it will be later. But so far, all Zambians know that Father Bwalya has not been given anything. And I'm not complaining. There are a lot of people in the party, in PF, that worked. Some of the jobs that may be available may not be for me. I may not be qualified to do that. And politics is not just about jobs. It's that we have seen people uniting to promote tribalism openly. We have seen people uniting to scandalize the president, especially regarding his health. We have seen a lot of polarization. We are not doing enough as politicians to create a stable environment where the governing party can drive the development agenda with patriotism and determination, with confidence. So I think that
Proflight Zambia has signed a code-share agreement on the Lusaka-Johannesburg route with RwandAir as operating carrier. Proflight Director Government and Industry Affairs, Levi Lemba, says the agreement will help Proflight increase its capacity. Speaking at a media briefing in Lusaka, Captain Lemba says the partnership will add convenience and value to the Zambian public through Proflight and RwandAir. And speaking at the same occasion, RwandAir General Manager Gobena Mikel says the new code air share partnership with Proflight and RwandAir will create benefits to the public. The partnership will enable Proflight passengers to seamlessly connect to and from its network and code share flights.
Proflight Zambia and ourselves RwandAir. So that's the main reason we're gathered here together, and you'll find all the details in the media pack, in the press release in the media pack, and what Captain Lemba just announced to you. I'm taking this opportunity to introduce you to our country, Rwanda, and to RwandAir. I think for some of you, you've never heard of RwandAir.
You know, a person can buy, a Zambian can buy a ticket on Proflight, on RwandAir to...
For national development, Chawama aspiring candidate Charles Kaselwa has expressed hope that he will win the Chawama seat in the coming by-elections. Charles Kaselwa says Chawama has a lot of problems, and once elected, he will seek to address problems being faced by the people in the area. Mr. Kaselwa has charged that PF has failed to address problems in Chawama, hence the need to elect someone from UPND that has a vision for the constituency. He adds that it is disappointing that the PF candidate who failed at ward level is aspiring to become MP for an area that even the government has failed to develop. Mr. Kaselwa was speaking in an interview with Prime TV in Lusaka. He says the former MP Edgar Lungu failed to develop the constituency, and up to now nothing has been done to bring development in the area.
In PF, even their candidate anymore, because they've done nothing and they've not delivered for the Chawama people. And I'm saying that we'll be winning very early in the morning. I'll keep on repeating myself. That come 9 hours, come 11 hours, we'll be in the position to know that we're winning. Because the people, they've already told us, and they're convinced with me as their candidate. For the people of Chawama, my first projects that I'm going to do for them is quickly to work on a drainage system. All of us, we know that the drainage system in Chawama is actually dead. it's not there. When it's rain season, we're just coming out of a rain season. You know, when it rains heavily, you see the stagnant waters and everything. You as journalists, you've been there, you've been passing through the waters.
Patriotic Front has refuted online media reports suggesting that Willie Nsanda has died in South Africa. PF member of the Central Committee, Samuel Mukupa, has said that Mr. Willie Nsanda remains in hospital at Mill Park Hospital in South Africa. Mr. Mukupa states that Mr. Nsanda is well at Mill Park Hospital, and PF Secretary General Davis Chama visiting him and dismayed about the allegations. And PF Secretary General Davis Chama says people should not circulate lies and unconfirmed reports. He adds that it is unacceptable and un-African for people to speculate such rumors, and people should learn to wait for official information and confirmation. The RDHR person has been admitted to Mill Park Hospital for weeks now and was recently visited by President Edgar Lungu. We take our first break, but before we do that, we take a look at the headlines once again. Father Bwalia dissolves ABZ to join Patriotic Front. UPND expresses hope of winning the Chawama seat. Do stay tuned.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
What's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
We continue with the news. Kabanana compound in Mandevu constituency is soon to have a new police station with funding from the Constituency Development Funds, CDF. Mandevu constituency area councillor Joseph Tamba says the money has already been released for the construction of the new police post in Kabanana. He says there was a challenge where to put up the police post as the area had no land, but negotiations were done to secure land for the police post. And Councillor Tamba says apart from the construction works, all road works in Kabanana being tarred to ease the movements of people in the area. He said this in an interview with Prime TV News in Lusaka.
There is a bad structure for the police post, but let me thank you, the earlier Member of Parliament. We have allocated the funds from Constituency Fund. We have allocated about 450,000 kwacha. We are putting up a new modern police post in Kabanana. The only challenge we had in the previous is that we had the challenge of the land. As we are aware, Lusaka City Council, we don't have land. But we said we should not demolish that the old structure, because when we demolish that old structure, it means we are not going to have security in that area. But we said we are going to maintain the same old structure so that the police, they have to operate in there. And we are like that opposite the same police post, we have got the women club. The women club, they had the land just nearby, and we compensated them through the CDF fund.
The Immigration Department in Lusaka has arrested a total number of 17 suspected prohibited immigrants for various immigration offenses. The foreign nationals were arrested during a mini-sting cleanup operation conducted along Chachacha Road and Freedom Way in Lusaka. Among the 17 arrested include 6 Tanzanian hair platers who were arrested in some hair salons for working without permits. The immigration also arrested 3 Indians, 2 Eritreans, 1 Ethiopian, 1 Chinese and 1 Lebanese national after they failed to produce proper documentation. The immigration conducted other operations in Kitwe, Ndola and other places in which some foreigners were arrested, with some sentenced or fined by the magistrate court. This was contained in a statement released to Prime TV by Immigration Public Relations Officer Namati Nshinka. Political activist Dante Saunders says deceit and corruption has led to the crumbling of the Zambian economy. Featuring on a live Prime TV program, Mr. Saunders said government is not sincere, that it has failed to tackle the main challenges Zambia is currently facing. He said the fuel crisis, coupled with the devaluation of the kwacha, only needs people with ideas of how to run the economy. He accused the PF government of failing to provide the much-needed leadership, saying they are clueless on governance issues. He explains that it is sad that the same ministers led President Michael Sata referred to as being useless are the same ones still serving in the current administration led by President Edgar Lungu.
Do you think really that we should be jumping for joy? The fuel has arrived in Dar es Salaam. That's government's job, government's responsibility, to ensure that we have continuation of fuel all the time in our country. We shouldn't be jumping, the fuel has arrived in Dar es Salaam. Why wasn't the fuel there in the first place? You have to go back and follow up and find out where was the problem. The problem, no matter which way you look at it, it boils down to simply, plain corruption. If the president wants a bottom line, I can tell him straight that, look, please, Mr. President, don't try to divert attention away from the real issues. You cannot, Lubinda just blamed the shopkeepers the other day for the high cost of meal. Lubinda, he says he spoke to the millers' prices are all right, but it's the shopkeepers' prices that are high. Come on, please. Don't insult our intelligence that way.
President Edgar Lungu has pledged to ensure that justice prevails in the country. The president says no one is above the law, hence any wrongdoer will have to go through the due process of trial in some way. President Lungu said this at State House when he received 2 tribunal reports on the alleged incompetency and possible removal of High Court judges Timothy Katenekwa and Emilia Sunkutu. He asked that he will not release the findings of the tribunal until he has studied the reports and concerned parties heard. The head of state says the public will be informed of the findings and recommendations of the tribunal, whether the reports were positive or negative. We now take our second break, but do join me after this break.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Gypsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
We continue with the news. 9 people have been arrested in connection with Wednesday's gun attack in Tunis that left 23 people dead, including 20 foreign tourists, the Tunisian presidency has said. It alleged that 4 were directly linked to the attack and 5 had ties to the cell. The army will also be deployed to major cities, the presidency has said. One of 2 gunmen involved in the Bardo Museum attack, Yassine Labidi, was reportedly known to the authorities. Labidi and his accomplice, Hatem Kalkachoi, were killed as security forces stormed the museum. Tourists from Japan, Colombia, the UK and other European countries were killed in the attack and more than 40 people were injured. China and Japan are holding their first high-level security talks in 4 years, following recent tensions over territorial and historical issues. The meeting in Tokyo among officials comes ahead of trilateral talks with South Korea on Saturday. The last round of talks was in 2011 before ties worsened over a row over islands in the East China Sea. China also claims Japan has failed to adequately atone for aggression in World War II. There have been fears that a clash, accidental or otherwise, between Chinese and Japanese paramilitary vessels patrolling waters around the disputed islands known as Senkaku in Japan and Diaoyu in China could trigger a conflict. For more on international news, we monitored Al Jazeera.
Yemen's President Abu Rabu Mansour Hadi has fled his residence in Aden in the south amid escalating violence. 2 jets reportedly launched airstrikes on the palace, and Hadi's forces responded with gunfire. Earlier, at least 4 people were killed in heavy fighting between the rival groups. In Tunisia, 9 people have been arrested over Wednesday's attack on a museum in Tunis that killed 21 people. 4 of the people arrested are suspected of having direct links to the attack, 5 others of belonging to the cell that carried out the attack. Tunisia's military has been deployed to protect major cities across the country.
We will be putting in place checkpoints that will be manned and supervised by the National Army. Both the National Army and security personnel will intensify their patrols across the nation. Joint patrols between both the Army and security personnel will also be conducted.
Libya's Tripoli-based government is blaming its rival for holding up peace talks. It says forces loyal to the UN-recognized government in Tobruk targeted Tripoli's only working airport to stop negotiators traveling to the UN-brokered talks in Morocco. There have been a series of blasts near the Mitiga airport over the past week. The United Nations Human Rights Office says fighters from the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant may have committed genocide. The case is being referred to the International Criminal Court for prosecution. The UN's report details cases of killings, torture, rape and sexual slavery carried out by ISIL fighters. An international coalition fighting Boko Haram has driven the armed group out of a town in northeastern Nigeria. Damasak, which borders Niger, was retaken from the group over the weekend. 228 Boko Haram fighters were reportedly killed during the operation. In Egypt, the retrial of 2 Al Jazeera journalists has been postponed again until next Wednesday. Baher Mohammed and Mohammed Fahmy are accused of aiding the now banned Muslim Brotherhood, charges they and Al Jazeera deny.
Bulletin, but before we go, we take a look at some of the stories that made headlines. Father Frank Bwalya dissolves ABZ to join Patriotic Front. UPND expresses hope of winning the Chawama seat. PF dispels online media reports that Willie Sanda has died. And in international stories, 9 suspects arrested for links to attack in Tunisia. Well, thank you so much for staying with us. This has been Gwen Wheeler, and do enjoy the rest of our programs.
You see, I have never fought with a lion. I have never hunted through the forest in pursuit of food, but I do have the fighting spirit. Because for decades, my people fought for freedom. And in 1964, we won. I love to do the Fwemba, the Kalela, the Kwasa Kwasa. I wear chitenge. So does my girlfriend. I eat crisps, not crisps. I love Nsima, Kapenta, Chihuahua, Delele. I'm Josh, and I'm proud to be Zambian.
iConnect, celebrating 50 years of Zambia's independence. Hashtag OnlyPazed. iConnect, make it happen.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.